Hello, my butterfly beauties, and welcome if you are new. My name is Charlene, and on this channel, we discuss everything beauty, fragrance, and lifestyle. So if you like my style, why don't you subscribe and you stay a while? In today's video, as you saw in the thumbnail, we are going over my project, Use It Up, Use It Down. So we had 26 items coming into 2026 that we're trying to use down or use up all together. So I do have a couple of empties, so I'm excited to share that with you. I'll share those at the end, but let's go through everything one by one. So let's just get started. All right, so I'm gonna start off with the body butters. This is the milk one that I put in here. This is where I am with this one. I used it a few times, but not a whole lot. I was mostly using one of the other ones, so I'll share that with you in a minute. Love that scent. It will pair very well with a lot of your more creamier type mist or perfumes or things like that. Love that scent. Another love is this honey body butter. This one is right here now, doing pretty good with this one. This one is another one, layers with so many things. Anything with a honey or vanilla, which a lot of perfumes has the vanilla, or body mist has a vanilla in it, or some type of sweetness. This pairs very well with just about 95, I would say, % of your collections. You would enjoy pairing this with those items. These body butters feels very, very good on the skin as well. The other one that I had in was this Autumn Drive. And this is the one that I was saying that I was using the most. As you can tell, by the next time I do one of these videos, this is probably going to be emptied out. But that is Autumn Drive. This scent is gorgeous. I guess I should say the notes in case it's someone new here who's not familiar with these. All three of these come from Bath & Body Works. The sensitive skin milk one just has the colloidal oatmeal in it, but it really has a creamy scent, light creamy scent profile to it. And this other one is just the one that has sweet shea and golden honey. So Autumn Drive is the one, let's see, that has wild raspberry, warm amber, and vanilla birch. This is gorgeous. Any of your berry type berries or woodsy type scents, this adds a nice element to it. It's gorgeous. All right, so my Cinderella, I used Cinderella a couple of more times, but not much. I mostly used it more like in the evening time. And to be honest, I used this one just a little bit more, but not a whole lot. What I could tell you is I'm honestly not trying to rush through my Disney ones, because they are so good, and I only got these one in both of these. So I'm thinking about possibly switching this out, but I'll let it stay this next go round. But this is one that I wasn't trying to use up. I just wanted to play with more. So we've been playing with it. I love the scent. The other one that is also part of the Disney collection that is in here is this Princess, this Jasmine. So Jasmine is the same way. I used it a little bit more, but not a whole lot. Again, same thing as the other one. Love these scents. So Cinderella is the one that has gardenia petals, enchanted musk, sapphire blue, amber. These both are like perfuming type scents that is so good. They did such a good job on these. And I heard they are coming out with some more Disney collection items. We'll see. I'll see when they get in the store, but I hope they did a good job with it, because this spring collection from last year was amazing. Jasmine has sparkling jasmine flower, jeweled currants, and soft woods. This is mysterious, alluring, sexy. It is gorgeous. It's a beautiful scent. Again, not trying to rush through those, just trying to enjoy them during this cooler season, because that's what these shine to me the most, is around this time of year. couple of the other ones were part of that clean collection that I put in here. This is Sun Wash Santal. So Sun Wash Santal is right there now, as you can see. Getting good use out of this one. These ones I typically like to use more in the evening time. This one is Italian Bergamot, White Violet, and Amberwood. And then the other one is Amber Blush. So Amber Blush from the White Barn side of things. And that's where that one is. You can kind of see the liquid there. So got good use out of this one. This one has Warm Amber, Fresh Jasmine, and Oak Moss. Another beautiful clean scent. Both of these are beautiful in their own way. One just uses jasmine clean scent. Other one uses violet with the clean scent. Both gorgeous. Daydream, I didn't get a whole lot more use out of Daydream this time around. But that's where it is now. It went down a little bit, but not much. Because like I said, I didn't play with that one as much. This one is gorgeous. I love this scent. This has fluffy vanilla, soft sandalwood in this one. Buttery Sugary from the pink side. You can see where it is. That's where I have used it till for now. This one to me gets better and better as it sits. This one has flaky croissant, maple butter, and vanilla sugar. I have layered this with several different things, like emphasize a honey or emphasize like a brown sugar scent to it. This is gorgeous. I wish it just lasted longer, I would say, about this one, but the scent itself is beautiful, and I feel like it's getting better and better as it sits. This other one I have is Cherry Milkshake. Cherry Milkshake is here now. So you could tell I did get some use out of this one. These are ones that were full when I put them in here. I think I only tested them out. But when I say I love this, Sweet Cherry Glaze, Vanilla Marshmallow Cream. Creamy cherry. I've layered this with several cherry scents, as well as this Cherry Bite. I even just layered these two body mists together. They're gorgeous. Cherry Bite is the other one that was in here, and that's where that one is right now. Another one that is gorgeous. This one has Juicy Cherry Nectar and Sheer Radiant Amber. Gorgeous. It's very, 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 very good. All right, so Guilty as a Fig. I have not used much more of this one for some reason. I haven't pulled for it. I think it's because I've been trying so many other different things. But this one has fig nectar, lush jasmine, and creamy musk. I couldn't get that one out, you guys. All right, love this scent. Just didn't pull for it that much this past month. Other one that I did get some good use out of was this Sunrise Woods. So Sunrise Woods is there now. It was up here, now it's there. This was another one that was full when I put it in here. This has creamy sandalwood, sweet berries, and cozy cashmere. Beautiful. I've been enjoying that one as well. And Autumn Drive. I had the body butter in this one earlier, but now this is the body mist. This has wild raspberry, warm amber, and vanilla birch, like I mentioned earlier. This is where I am with that one right now. So quite a bit jump on this one. And the patisserie collection that I had in here, coconut cream. So coconut cream didn't move much. I didn't use this one as much. But it did go down a little bit. So this one has puff pastry, whipped buttercream, and salted caramel. This is another one that I think is getting better as it's sitting. But that's your coconut cream. Biscotti Delight. These were all ones I added the last time. They wasn't originally in my project because I started out new with my fall winter collection. But this one I used a little bit more. Sweet pistachio, pink sugar, vanilla glaze. I love this whole patisserie collection. So if you haven't heard me say it again, I'll say it again. I love this patisserie collection. It's very, very good. Jam cookie. There's the other one. This one has moved some too, from where it originally was. This one has almond batter, fresh raspberry, and powdered sugar. It's another one that smells gorgeous. This one pairs very well with anything that has almond or raspberry in it. Chef's kiss. All right, so that is all those. And then we have the one Sol de Janeiro 76. This is where that one is now. We're going to be done with this one probably by the next one time. And also, and then before I get to the perfumes, I'll share the empties I had because they were all part of my mess. So I have finished up my last of my oldie but goodie Forever Red. I do have the current one that I got last year. That's in my collection, but this was the last of the one that I like bulk bought years ago. And I love the packaging on this one. But it's gone now, you guys. That's it. Ain't no more of these. No more of those left. So the other one that I finished up was my Butterfly. So Butterfly was there last time and now it's done. So Butterfly is gone, as well as this number 40. So number 40 from Sol de Janeiro was up here. It's barely there, but it was there. Now it's gone. So number 40 is gone from this one. I have a bigger one in this one, and I think I have another one of these little ones as well that's in this one. But this, does it say here, notes of black amber, plum, vanilla woods, and musk. This is a beautiful scent. It layers very well with several different things as well. But that is my 3 empty. So those are all gone. I'm not going to put anything else in there to replace those yet. I'll probably give it another month, and then I may move something in that I feel like it's more like spring appropriate, because these are all getting into my fall. Like I said, these were all my like fall winter type items. So we may do another switch here in another month or two, depending on how the weather does, of trying, switching out some of these fall winter scents and then bring them back in towards the end of the project. But perfume wise, my C Passion it's right here now. So that's where that one is. This is so good, you guys. I love this scent. And part of me, because the reason why I put it in this project is because I've had it so long. It's like one of the older perfumes in my collection, as well as another one that I'm going to share with you next. It's so good. So it's like, do you really want to go ahead and finish it? But I said I need to go ahead and use it. But love this scent. Love it, love it, love it. This is a good one for sure. The other one that I moved in was this honey one. Made a little bit more progress on honey, but not a whole lot. That's where it is now. This one I have also used, like with that honey body butter I was sharing earlier with you, as well as anything that has like a honey type profile in it, like scent profile in it. I'll spritz some of this on it. Now, one of the perfumes that I'm testing this month that I already did a test on reminds me of this one, actually. So I'll share that with you in an upcoming, I think I'm going to start doing a series, you guys, Fragrance Follow-Up Fridays. Tell me what you think about that, because like some things that's on my trays or different things, I do my review and recap at the end of the month, but I also test things throughout the month. that's new to me. It may not necessarily be new fragrances. So I don't necessarily want to do like a dedicated video to something that some people feel like is old and may not want to watch, but it's new to me and I would like to share my thoughts on them. So I'm thinking about maybe doing a fragrance follow-up Friday. Maybe not every Friday, but you know, some Fridays in the month when I follow up with you on some fragrances that I've done the wear test on, and I just want to give my overall thoughts on them. So whether they're the Middle Eastern Arabian perfumes or some of my designer or celebrity perfumes, but just to follow up with you guys on my initial thoughts after wearing them and would I recommend them. I'm thinking about doing that as a series going forward. So fragrance follow-up Fridays. Tell me what you think about that. But honey reminded that the one I tested that I'm talking about, and I'll bring it up in that video, but honey reminds me of that one. So it's just a different, it goes in another different direction, but it reminds me of it. So I thought that was pretty interesting. But that is honey. This one is a nice honeyed with some florals in it as well. So this is a beautiful scent actually. But you have to love a honey scent because this is a true deep honey with some florals, and it has that beeswax, so it got a depth about it that you would have to appreciate. Like I said, you would have to love a honey scent. This isn't your caramel, this isn't your vanilla, this is straight up honey like it says. So you got to love that scent. All right, so the other one I have here is the Britney Spears Prerogative. So Prerogative right now, I got to turn it the way the bottle is normally sits. So anyway, so you can see where it is. But the line, the way the bottle normally sits, because they have these different angles on them. So it kind of sits like this. And then you kind of see, and I think I might have put the line too far up still. But anyways, you see where I am with it. So I did use it several times. This is a gorgeous scent. It has a nice berry in it. Yeah, it has berries, it has some florals, and it has sandalwood in it. So this is very nice. I actually have enjoyed this one quite a bit. This one is a nice one from Britney Spears. But Prerogative, we got a little baby dent going in it. Have used it several times, enjoyed it. So far so good on that one. Then the other one I have is from the genre Perfumes, Incredible. And as you can see, I have got a dip going in this one as well. This one is your, like that Cirque du Soleil fragrance that has the buttery popcorn and the apple and the caramel. You know, has all those vibes. This one is gorgeous. And I'm liking it more and more as I've worn it more and more. So Incredible is incredible. It's been pretty good. So I've been enjoying this one. This one is another one that I don't necessarily need to like run through it and finish it up. I just wanted to get more playtime with it because I was on the fence about it. And I was only on the fence about it because a couple of times when I wore it, I was getting nose blind to it. Other people could smell me, but I couldn't smell me. But the last time I wore it, I smelled it longer than I've ever smelled it. So I'm wondering as it sits if it's doing some changing, because I know the juice has changed colors a little bit. So I'm wondering that as it's sitting, if it's doing some changing and then it's reacting differently on my skin chemistry. I don't know. The verdict is still out on it, but I do enjoy this one a lot, especially for this, you know, cooler season. And you guys, where I live here in the South, this has been like the worst winter. Now, it's supposed to rain tomorrow and give us some cooler weather. But when I tell you, we still been having 70s and 80 degrees in December and here going into January. I'm like, where is the winter? Where is it? So a lot of my wintry type stuff that I normally like to wear right now, like I haven't really got to play with it like I normally would because we've been so warm. Like it's been crazy warm for this time of year. I know we don't normally have much of a winter, but we've had more of a winter than we had this year. This year has been more like the beginning of fall type weather, like 70s and 80s type weather. We might have a cooler morning that might be in the 50s, but it goes up to the 70s. And I think like today it's going up into the 80s, like something crazy. Like we are not in no summer. You supposed to be gone. But anyways, I digress. Tom Ford. You guys, I try to scratch the back of this because I want to see where this juice is, because I keep shaking. I can hear it. Like, can y'all hear that? Like, I hear the juice moving around. I can hear the juice in there, but I can't tell how much it is. And I try to scratch and scratch and scratch on the back of here to see if I can see, like, inside. I can't see inside. So this is one of those that I'm going to have to just keep using until it tells me it's done, because there's no other way for me to check this one. But I hear quite a bit of movement, so that tells me that I've used it. I know I've used it several times, and if you haven't seen my other video, because I already mentioned it a couple of times, but this mixed with any of your Bianca Latte dupes, any creamy, you know, I think you could probably put this with any creamy type fragrance. Oh my goodness, what it does to this. Like, I put Eclair from Lattafa with this. So good. And that combination I may use quite a bit because I love them two together. Like, I enjoy this scent by itself, this DNA by itself, but mixed with, you know, like a Bianca Latte, Eclair, you know, even I would think you could probably put it with like what is it, like Her Confections, if you have that in your, or Milky Licious from Dual Brand, like any of those creamy white milk, you know, from the Dual Brand. If you put this with any of those creamy like fragrances, beautiful. I love that combination. But this is Tom Ford Black Orchid. So you guys, that is my 26 items that we started for 2026. I have completed, like I said, this mist, and the remaining of this mist. So that's 3 items gone from this project. So we're down to 23. And like I said, a couple of those other items, more than likely, it's going to be finished up by the next time around. So we'll see what items I end up switching out. I don't know if I'll do it next month or the month after that, where I'll switch out some of these more fall winter scents and put in more that I feel like are more springtime appropriate. I have some other things going, like that's not in this project, like that mentally I put in my head that I want to use up. Like I have an Emily in Paris Lux something body cream. I only have it in a body cream. I don't have it in a mist, and I love that scent, and I've worn it a couple of times in the evening. It is beautiful. I love it. And as soon as I finish that, you guys will eventually see it in my empties. Like I told you guys before, I'm going to do my empties quarterly instead of monthly. So I didn't do December, and I'm going to have it go from December to November. That's how I'm going to do my year with those. So the by the time I film my yearly empties, it'll be the beginning of December. So you can see like my progress throughout the whole year, but I'll share things that I've used up in the empties. Of course, it'll be in my project use it up too, but it'll be in my empties, things that wasn't part of this. It'll be in my empties videos quarterly. So you can see like what else am I using up in my collection besides these items. Because like I said before, you guys, although I pulled these items to use up or use down, it's because I wanted to play with them more. So I wanted to give them their own little bucket. So I put them on a certain spot in my shelf, and I think about how I can use those in any of my things. But then if I'm not feeling any of that stuff, I will go and still use something else. Like I've been using other body care and body mist and things in my collection. So I'm by no means just using this stuff. And that's why you're not seeing like big levels of lines going down. I'm using it, but it's not my only focus. It's not the only thing I'm using. which I know that some people don't like project use it up, use it down for that reason, because that's all they're focusing on. They're like neglecting the rest of their collection and it gets boring to them, but I'm not doing it that way. So thank you guys so much for watching. I went on my little rant, but sometimes I feel like I need to explain certain things. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.